I'll just, introduce myself and I'll tell you guys about little about Trust Wallet. So my name is Noman Ali Murad. I am the Director of Operations at CryptoAwaz. So as I said, we all know what Trust Wallet is. It is one of the largest crypto wallets that lets you store and send, transfer, and buy cryptocurrency. And it is one of the largest gateways to Web3. So now I would like Eve to give you a brief introduction about herself and her roles at Trust Wallet and what Trust Wallet is. So yeah, Eve, over to you, please.
Hey, thank you so much. Good afternoon and good evening, everyone. I am Eve. I am the Chief Information Security Officer at Trust Wallet. Thank you so much for having me today. Very nice to meet you all here. I look forward to answer the security question in Trust Wallet from CryptoAwaz. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for joining. Okay, so if we have our first question, so it is that how does Trust Wallet prioritize security and protects user funds and personal information?
Sure. In Trust Wallet, we tackle security challenges in our product design and also our best practice in security posture. So let me talk about the product design. First of all, we have something called security scanner that can flag potential scam addresses and also warn user not to interact with them. Let me give you an example. Whenever you send a token to another address, if the recipient address is risky, for example, if it's associated with a scammer or malicious steps, according to our threat intelligence, you will see on our UI there is a high risk warning with a red exclamation mark on the Trustboard app. And if you see that, do not go ahead and please abort the transaction because these features want to give you a more informed decision about whenever you make a transaction, you send your fund out to somebody. And just last month, we warned our users more than 40,000 times about the scammer. So that's important features. But in the meanwhile, we didn't just stop there. We are currently continuing to enhance these features. Next month, you will see a similar warning as well when you attempt to a malicious step. So that's really important. And also in near future, we are going to introduce a transaction simulator. It will alert our user if they attempt to sign a contract, and we put it in a sandbox. We simulate the transaction, and we scan. And if we detect, the transaction has any malicious, like very high approval, something like that, we will warn our user as well. So other than security scanner, we have different UI features that help minimize our user risk exposure. Let me give you three major examples. For example, when you are using your mobile app or our browser extension, you can now look at what are the depths you have connected and then be able to revoke the depths connection one by one as you wish, right? I really think it's a good practice for our users to disconnect from unused dApps. Or for some reason you heard a dApps is now having some risk issue, you can go to our Trust Wallet app and then you can revoke them as you wish. Secondly, we also have a UI features called Watch Only Wallet Alert that can flag the risk of multi-sig scam wallet. So it's a very important features because we observe there is a very common scam with this watch only wallet scam targeting the Web3 wallet user. For example, the scammer will send a message like on Twitter, a DM say, hey, I have got a wallet with 10,000 USDT inside, but I don't have available fund to withdraw it. Can you just put some money in this wallet and then we can split, the 10,000 inside. This is completely a scam. So usually a scammer will ask their target victim to import this watch-only wallet, and then the victim may think that they have the control of that wallet, but they don't because it's a watch-only wallet. So and they got a scam. But trust what I'm seeing that this is uh, potential risk to our user. That's why for this kind of multi-sig watch-only wallet, we have a big label telling that, hey, this is a watch-only wallet. So don't think you have the control of this wallet that you can withdraw fund. The fund you put it there, another party that another side of the multi-sig can withdraw the fund but not you. So that's another UI features I want to highlight. Last but not least, the number three is we do have an address book. For example, if you frequently transfer, your assets to a couple of other addresses, you can add them to the address book. So that could minimize the human error that you accidentally send your fund to some unknown people, right? So that's also other features. And apart from that, we are also experimenting MPC wallets to provide a solution to mitigate the risk, the key management security issue because of the human weakness. And we more can be shared in future, but that is our purpose is to bring the Web2 login experience to Web3 wallets using this MPC technology. MPC stands for multi-party computation. So we hope that because our user may be very familiar with the social login and in the web 2 world, but they want the better security in the Web3 side. So we will have a combination with the Web2 user experience, but enjoying the Web3 security. And overall, we believe that by making the onboarding process easier and more secure, we will help to drive the adoption of Web3 for the community and make crypto more accessible to everyone. Another thing I want to highlight is so far I have been talking about a lot of UI features and our new functionality that will enhance the user, our end user security. But at the back end, behind the scene, we are working hard on to build up a holistic approach to ensure our application, our infrastructure themselves are secure. So Trust Wallet, our development environment and our code are not subject to vulnerability or and then hacker invasion. And for example, we do a lot of regular security audit by top tier third party and internal security audit. We do a lot of audits. Just until now, I mean, just this year we have more than 20 audits already complete, and we are going to do more. Our target is definitely more than 30 audits per year is a big number, but we are not only using our internal auditor. We also want our community to have some visibility about our app. Are they safe or not? That's why we hire external auditor. They are third party independent from Trust Wallet. For example, Q53, Certic, Harbon, and more to come. You will see we continue to publish this kind of external audit report on our community page. We already have some published there, and more will be coming. Last but not least, we have a lot of our repository are open source. So if you go to GitHub and look at Trust Wallet, we have more than 50 repository are open source. So which means that we also provide the transparency, allow anyone to verify our code and security measure. We also do a lot of user education. I consider this AMA also a great platform to also give the community more awareness about the security is so important as a Web3 user because the Web3 user not your key, not your cons, but at the same time, you have the responsibility and you need to run your own bank and you need to protect your assets very well. So we have a lot of articles about how to stay away from the scammer, what are the common ways of the scammer on our community page. So full of articles to educate yourself. But we also periodically make the tweets warning people, hey, we discovered that this kind of scammer are targeting Web3 user. Some of them are even targeting Trust Wallet user. So we warn the people and also put some educational articles. So and hopefully together we can make effort and build a more secure Web3 community. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Eve. I'm just gonna, I really like the simulator option that you guys are gonna release very soon. So I'll just, translate this into Urdu for our Pakistani community. So yeah, please hang on. Okay,
Fantastic.
so या ओके सो गाइस जैसा कि ईव ने बताया अपने ट्रस्ट वॉलेट की फीचर्स के बारे में हम वनरेबिलिटीज के बारे में बात कर रहे थे कैसे हैकर जो है स्कैमर जो है हमारी कम्युनिटी या हमारे लोगों को टारगेट करते हैं उनको बताते हैं कि यार हम मेरे अकाउंट में जो है ना 10,000 यूएसडीटी पड़े हुए हैं और आप जो है इनको विड्रॉ कर दे मैं कहीं पे जा रहा हूँ वो ट्विटर पे जैसे आपने देखा होगा आपको बहुत सारे कमेंट्स आते हैं इस सिमिलर वे के जो आपको बोलते हैं कि यार मैं मैनेज नहीं कर सकता अपने अकाउंट को तो आप काइंडली जो है मेरा मैनेज कर ले वो दीज आर टोटली स्कैम जस्ट लाइक ईव सेड और उसके साथ साथ शी टॉक्ड अबाउट ऑडिटिंग जैसा कि अभी एटॉमिक वॉलेट का हुआ था एक्सप्लॉइट हुआ था $35 million का सो ट्रस्ट वॉलेट जो है वैसे भी वेनरेबिलिटीज को एड्रेस करता है उन वेनरेबिलिटीज के अंदर मल्टी फैक्टर ऑथेंटिकेशन आती है और बाकी चीज़ें होती हैं तो उनके लिए ट्रस्ट वॉलेट क्या करता है कि वो थर्ड पार्टी ऑडिटर्स को हायर करता है जो कि उनको ऑडिट करते हैं उनके जो प्रोजेक्ट होता है उनको ऑडिट करके उनको पब्लिकली रिलीज करते हैं ताकि कम्युनिटी के अंदर ट्रस्ट बिल्ड हो सके सो या और हाँ दूसरी बात ये कि हम उनकी गिटहब जो है गिटहब रिपोजिटरीज पर वहाँ पे ओपन सोर्स उनकी चीज़ें पड़ी हैं जा अगर आप थोड़े भी टेक सेवी इंसान हो आपको प्रोग्रामिंग के रिलेटेड कोई चीज़ें पता है तो आप वहाँ पे जाके उनको चेकआउट कर सकते हैं और आप देख सकते हैं कि हाउ सिक्योर ट्रस्ट वॉलेट एक्चुअली इज सो या thank you. Okay, Eve, so yeah, thank you so much for answering that question. I think we're gonna move to the scalability challenge question. How does Trust Wallet plan to address the scalability challenges of certain blockchain network, such as high gas fees and slow transaction speed? So yeah, if you could please answer that question as well. Thank you.
Of course, a lot of users, including myself. Our approach in Trust Wallet is to provide the tool needed by our user to interact with blockchain utility on different chains. As you know that Trust Wallet, we support a lot of different chains, and that's the way we look at this problem. So because Trust Wallet does not aim to resolve the scalability issue that different blockchain have, because this is an action that the blockchain development team will address. But in Trust Wallet, what we can do is we support a host of blockchain ecosystem that offer low fee and fast transaction. For example, is in Solana, the gas fee is pretty low, and also we support Ethereum L2 like Polygon, Arbitrum, and Autism, etc. That they have a lower gas fee that our user can utilize and enjoy.
All right, thank you so much. And and I also, wanted to know about the community wanted to know about the security mechanism of, the seed phrase security mechanism. Could you please tell us about that?
Okay, yeah, right. It's extremely important to have good practice to protect your seed phrase.
Well, actually, sorry to cut you off. And, the question is actually related to, the feature that one of your, I would say, competitor Ledger has, like seed phrase recovery feature. Like when your seed phrases are, you forget about them, or you forget where for you to recover. Will Trust Wallet have a feature similar to that in future?
Mhm. Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you for clarifying the question. Um, uh, our features is not the same as the one of Ledger, and also, but also we have something good that and easy to use for user to securely back up their seed phrase. So let me explain. These features I'm going to mention about is completely optional. So you can choose to use it, or you don't use it. You can use a traditional way to back up your seed phrase in a secure place. So this method is called a cloud backup option that is more native to user, but they still need to create a password. So how it works is that if you decide to optionally use the cloud backup option, then you will need to create a strong password and use it to encrypt, the seed phrase, and then put it into the cloud. So that's also make, for example, just in case you lost your seed phrase, then you can at least restore the cloud backup. So that's something user friendly, but at the same time secure for the user. Uh, in the meantime, we are also experimenting the MPC wallets, and we would like to
Also translate this question because it is very important to our community. Okay guys, जैसे आपने कहा कि मैंने उनसे एक सवाल पूछा था कि जैसे लेजर का एक फीचर है, उसको बोलते हैं हमारा जो सीड फ्रेजेस को बैकअप करने का एक फीचर होता है। अगर आप कहीं गलती से अपने सीड फ्रेजेस भूल जाते हैं, जो कि हमारे मोस्टली लोगों के साथ कभी ना कभी तो हुआ होगा, तो उनका एक फीचर है जिससे कि वो अपने सीड फ्रेजेस को बैकअप कर सकते हैं, ताकि वो एक तरह का क्लाउड बैकअप होता है, तो वो बाद में इसको यूज़ कर सकते हैं। तो ट्रस्ट वॉलेट का भी मैंने इनसे सवाल पूछा, तो शी सेड दैट कि ऐसा फीचर इनका होगा in the future. So yeah, which will be completely optional, because एक तो जो हमारा कन्वेंशनल वे होता है, जो हमें सीड फ्रेजेस अपने पास लिखने होते हैं, वो हम अपने नोट में लिखते हैं या अपने पेजेस पे लिख के उनको सेव करते हैं, which is way more secure than the other one we're talking about. So yeah, the feature will be optional. So you can opt for it according to your needs. So yeah, thank you. Okay, Eve, if you had to, talk about one main feature, like if you had to pinpoint one feature, that sets apart Trust Wallet from the existing wallets in the market, would it be according to you?
post. Sure. I would say there are two main things that set Trust Wallet apart from other decentralized wallet in the space. The number one is our chain coverage. We have 70 blockchain support by Trust Wallets. And to put this in perspective, Coinbase wallet and MetaMask wallet combined together, they don't even support half of the chain that Trust Wallet support. So I think that that's a really cool features that we give freedom to everyone in the crypto world to enjoy different parts of the blockchain. The second one is the UI is extremely easy to use, but we don't sacrifice security with the UI. So our UI is easy to use if you want to, do some very simple operation, to look at the price and also to join different dApps activities, etc. And so that's also one thing. But we are not only stopped there. We continue to improve our user experience, and it has always been our priority in the product roadmap. Not even mentioning that at the same time we give a lot of new features to the user, make sure it's easy to use. We continue to improve, but at the same time behind the scene we also introduce some features for user to securely navigate, the dApps, etc. Right? Because we also have very security focused UI features. So yeah, we I would say these are the two major things set Trust Wallet apart from other competitors.
Oh, yeah, well, those are, you talked about some of the key features. I really like those. in Trust Wallet as well. Like the UI, it is just amazing. Okay, so I think it is time for us to invite our audience and see if they have any questions. We have I can see four people they've requested to speak. So yeah, let's see if they have any questions. Okay, Web3 lover, peace, professor of crypto, and prisoner 999. Please, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. Hello. Hmm, someone else is. Hmm, let me see. Zohaib, I think Zohaib has. Okay, Zohaib, please ask your question.
Hello, Noman. Thank you for letting me to ask the questions. My question to Abe is, what is the extent of trust wallet security? For example, if some Ponzi scheme or a Ponzi mining, website, they ask for, your trust wallet address, and eventually all of your wallet assets they wipe out. I mean, what is the extent of the security of trust wallet? I've seen many, and it's actually happened to me as well. So, what do you say about that, Ed, please?
Sure, I think it's a very, very good question. It's so valid to our users. Um, First of all, as I mentioned, this will be part of the features of the security scanner that will soon be available next month. We will warn you. So now it's like that. No matter you connect this kind of malicious apps within Trust Wallet, or from our in-app browser, you want to type the URL you want to connect, or you go to, unfortunately, you went to this malicious apps and then you want to connect to the wallet. We will be able to scan the URL. And then if we detect this is, based on our threat intelligence, if this is risky, like a rug pull project, also a scammer, dApps, etc., yeah, we will show the warning and also give a detailed description about what is that about. Um, I just want to highlight we don't have any intention to block you from doing that. We want to give our users the ultimate, decision-making ownership, but we will want our user. So that is the features that we are rolling out soon, and I really have a lot of expectation about that will stop the scammer, from doing something bad to our users. So and also behind the scene, where did we get this information from? So we got this kind of information from different kind of threat provider. Currently, we are using 3 different providers, and also we have some internal information about that. For example, unfortunately, some of our users has been scammed because of this malicious mining pool project, and they submit us the ticket. We will process each of them, and then internally we will scan the website. We will collect the information, and oh, this is really, really high risk. This is really a scam, malicious. We will first of all warn our user. We make some tweets and say, hey, don't fall into that. Right? That's pretend to be trustworthy. And secondly, we will add it into our internal risk list. And then in future, another user, just try to connect will also get warned. So that's why we proactively looking for risk information to warn the user. However, also after the fact, if some user actually got scammed, report to us, we will also verify and add them back to the list. Um, uh, and very unfortunately, if the user, fall into the victim and send information to the scammer, because maybe the user chose to ignore the warning because of the nature of the referee on custody. The user may not be able to recover the fund. If they file the tickets, we always encourage them to work with the local law enforcement and see if is anything we can help with the law enforcement. But my suggestion is, if you see the warning, just think twice. We warn you because we have process and we scan it. That's the problem. So don't ignore the warning. This feature is going to be out very soon. So yeah. So that's my answers.
Well, that's pretty satisfactory. Thank you, Eve. Thank you, Nawan.
Thank you for the question.
Thank you for the questions, Rabe. Okay, I think we should, move to the to the to one of the very important questions, which is that how can we save our wallets from, phishing attacks? Eve.
Yeah. I would say a lot of time we need to be smart, have the security awareness. Number one, if trust wallet show you a warning, yeah, that something is wrong there. But in general, it not only about in the referee world. My suggestion is that the phishing is everywhere. So an example, people can send you a phishing email, and the phishing email contains some phishing link. One example, very common example targeting the referee user is, okay, the phishing link will the email itself pretend to be from Trustwallet support. Look at the from address, right? A lot of time it's not even